A bottle of water in Dubai, a fishing net in Kerala, a sea turtle in the Indian Ocean. At first, this seems like a completely unrelatable things, but they are connected by a story that unfolds every day across our oceans. A story about convenience, consumption, and consequences. And once you see the connection, you will never look at the piece of plastic the same way again. I'm Dr. Sama, your lovely host from the sustainability side. I am going to share something about my journey and my love towards this ocean since this is World's Ocean Day. So I wish you the best. A little about me. I grew up where three seas meet in Kanyakumari, of course, the Arabian Sea, the Bay of Bengal, the Indian Ocean, where all meets. And later I moved to Chennai, Tamil Nadu. For many people, the Chennai, the ocean, the beach, it's a holiday destination. But for me, it was simply home. The sea was always there in everyday life, in the fishing boats, returning to shore, in conversations about the weather, in the lives and livelihoods of people around me. Years later, life brought me to United Arab Emirates. Today, I live in Dubai, a city known for innovation, ambition, and perhaps more than anything else, the desert. And city many people associate with desert rather than oceans. Yet the more I study microplastics, the more I realize something surprising, which is the ocean is never as far as we think it is. In fact, the last plastic item you used may already be on the journey towards it. Today, on the World's Ocean Day, I want you to tell the story. But before that, let's have a small intro.
Sing it loud, let's unite on the sustainability side. Feel the love day and night. Let's turn the tides, make a change today. Together we define our sustainable way. With every step we take, we rise and glow on the sustainability side. Let the good vibes flow.
This year's World Ocean Day theme invites us to reimagine our relationship with the ocean. But what if that relationship isn't shaped by governments or global agreements alone? What if it's shaped by the choices we make every day? Every day, often without even noticing? Today's episode, Beyond the Shoreline, we reimagine our relationship with the ocean one choice at a time. That being said, we're gonna explore exactly that.
What is a pickle? To some, it's just a condiment. To us, it is time captured, ancient herbal wisdom of the land, distilled in 100% pure ingredients. From the blood purifying depth of bitter gourd to the restorative strength of the pirandai stem, we bottle nature's boldest essence. This is not just pickle. This is tradition, purity. This is heritage, preserved, crafted by nature, perfected by time.
The ocean is not distant, as I mentioned, it is connected to every person. We think, I don't live near a beach, I don't have visited the ocean in my lifetime, I don't throw plastic into the sea. I live very conscious. Yeah, I live in a city. I live in a village. I live in a suburbs. But the truth is far more uncomfortable. The plastic we use for a few minutes can spend centuries traveling through ecosystem we may never see. How many of us drank water today from plastic bottle, or how many of us had a lovely cup of juice or a coffee from a plastic or this kind of cups, bottles? Definitely we might have used shampoos, right? um, of course it is from a plastic bottle. We, of course, we do wash our clothes, right? We have ordered online food delivery or could have used a plastic bag simply. Now, this is our day to day life. We don't do anything different. This is our day to day life. Because every one of those actions has a connection to the ocean. Let me tell you a fact. The ocean produces roughly half of the oxygen we breathe and absorbs a significant portion of excess heat and carbon emission generated by human activities. Right? Now it makes more sense. The human has been quietly helping us survive every single day. But today, the ocean is carrying something else. Our plastic, your plastic, in fact, my plastic as well. It is shocking to say this, but we are knowingly and unknowingly somewhere becoming a part of contaminating our lovely ocean. The plastic embedded in our modern life because the uncomfortable truth is ocean pollution rarely begins in the ocean itself. It begins with us, with our everyday conscious choices, everyday convenience, a cup of coffee, a shampoo sachet, or even a face wash with microbeads in it. Of course, a synthetic jacket, or a toothbrush, a receipt, anything you name it. Items we use without a second thought. This is what I'm talking about. Most people imagine ocean pollution as something that happens only on the beaches. Like when we go there, we litter, then suddenly it ends up in the ocean, and that's why we are talking about the coastal pollution or the marine pollution. No, it's beyond that. It happens beyond beaches. It happens, it is not only because something caused by ships or fishing activities, but pollution often starts from far from the coastline. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Sometimes hundreds of kilometers away. A piece of litter escapes a waste when it could be carried by the strong winds, which is carried into the open spaces and maybe moved through the rainfall into the drainage system. It could be a storm water, it can channels and transports it further. So the ocean doesn't recognize borders, right? Like how we do. A piece of plastic leaving one country can travel through multiple ecosystems. The Gulf and Indian Ocean are connected through trade, routes, current fisheries, and biosystems. So, what enter one marine ecosystem rarely stays there forever. It crosses across the borders and oceans and reaches through many countries. When when we talk about it, what enters one marine ecosystem rarely stays there forever. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Most time we look at something invisible, like we miss out things which is almost invisible to our naked eyes. Yes, I'm talking about micro and nanoplastics. Microplastics are plastic particles smaller than 5 millimeters, and some are intentionally manufactured. Others are created when large particles break apart under sunlight, waves, and of course, time. Then the big thing that we know is we found microplastics in ocean. We found micro and nanoplastics in the ocean beds, in the ocean shores, in fishes, in sea salt, in drinking water, and even inside the human body. The fact, most of the mother's milk, which we say is the purest of all, even the mother milk contains the microplastics. It's beyond imaginable, right? Plastic doesn't disappear, it simply becomes harder to see when it breaks down. This is one of the reason I chose to do a research in this field, as y'all know it's my PhD research topic. Because the problem is no longer floating on the surface, it's becoming the part of the system that sustain life. According to the report on a major marine study by Environment Agency in Abu Dhabi and UAE University researchers, microplastics were found at the sample locations in Abu Dhabi waters that includes public beaches, offshore islands, waters near oil fields, and natural marine habitats. The same report said that highest average concentrations in water were found near oil fields at 93 particles per liter, followed by the offshore islands as like 88.8 particles per liter, while public beaches averages 6.7 particles per liter. More natural habitats still measure around like 4.5 particles per liter. How this is happening, like what especially striking is that significant concentrations were found near offshore island with very little human activity, which shows that this problem travels and spreads beyond where it begins. I often hear people say, I live in a desert. I haven't seen ocean in my life. The ocean is very far away. I live in mountains. This doesn't affect me, but think about it. The seafood we eat, the climate system that influence weather, the trade routes that brings products into our cities, the air we breathe, right? The tourism, economy, many communities we depend on. All of these rely on healthy oceans. First, think about our clothes. Many fabrics are synthetic, and when we wash them, tiny fibers can shed. So, researchers cited in UAE reporting significantly pointed to fibers from materials as part of what shows up in a marine environment. That means a basic household action like doing laundry can be connected indirectly but meaningfully to ocean pollution. And think about personal care products. Like I told you about the microbeads, it's so harmful for the Mother Earth as well as the lovely ocean. Some products historically contain microbleeds and the harsh chemicals, are the ingredients which significantly end up in the ocean floor into our Mother Earth system via drains of your sinks. It happens. It goes there. Believe me. Even it starts from the microbeads from your face scrub. As people should think about it. So something as ordinary as the face wash or the scrub can become a part of something much bigger in an environmental chain. So then we all know a bigger plastic problem is about packaging. So single use plastics and the plastics end up with the packaging materials. These are the large plastic items which do not simply remain larger forever. Over time, they fragment and contribute to the wider burden of plastic pollution. That's why the experts and the UAE in the environmental community, we believe that avoid unnecessary single-use plastic and reduce excess plastic wrapping where possible. Because there are policies, yes, implemented by EU and UN, and of course in India and almost all the countries where single use plastics were banned. But how many of them are following it? That's the biggest question we should think about. So, here I would say think about the illusion of distance. Many people assume, like, what if they are not standing on beach and they are not affecting the ocean? But today, the World's Environmental Day of 2026 action framing makes the opposite, point very clearly. Whether the coastal or landlocked, every nation depends on a healthy ocean. So the issue is not whether we live next to sea every day. The issue is whether our systems and habits fade into the pollution pathway that eventually this year's World Ocean Day theme asks us to reimagine our relationship with the ocean. I think that begins with one simple shift. Stop saying the ocean as a place, start saying it as a system, a living system that connects every city, every community, and every person. Then the future of ocean conservation won't be built only by marine scientists. It will be built by netizens, citizens, consumers, business entrepreneurs, communities, and young people willing to rethink everyday habits. Ocean is connected to our daily behavior. We also understand that action is not reserved for governments, conferences or a big institutions alone. Yes, policy matters, but research matters. Industrial accountability matters. And of course, the main important thing here, what matters is the personal habits, right? So the personal habit matters too, especially when millions of small choice begins a social norm, market demand, and a cultural expectations. It makes a powerful sense. So let us make this practical. If you are listening today and wondering what can I actually do, here are a few simple starting points. I would say let's have a 7 day challenge of a habit, 7 habits of ocean impact challenge. I would say start small. At your day one, audit your plastic. There are a lot of platforms which offers to track your ecological footprint, how much you as a consumer, as a individual, you are littering. Note it, audit your plastic. Then uh, carry a reusable bottle, refuse single use plastics for your day-to-day life. Number three, I would say refuse one necessary plastic item and be more mindful about synthetic clothing and laundry habits. You do not have to become perfect overnight. We are not living in a fairy tale world. We live in a reality with real life situations, but awareness is the first step. I would say let's start small, but let's do something. We'll go with the kaizen, slow things one thing at a time. So because microfibers from materials are one of the pathways linked to the marine microplastics. Number four habit I would say is choose products with less packaging. Look at what you buy. Choose products more carefully, especially personal care products and heavily packaged goods. Number five, I would say learn where your waste goes. It's very important to know everybody on this matter. And six, talk to one person about the microplastics and the nanoplastics. And finally, number seven, share one action publicly. Share your action with hashtag the sustainability side, how your action matters. Right, we have recently run the challenge on one action matters on the World Environmental Day. Let's stick to it. We have taken a pledge, right? So let's stick to our commitment. Show your actions publicly. Start one conversation. It could be anything as simple as that, sharing the story, or share the issue with a child, a colleague, or a friend, or even your family members. So, public education is a part of the purpose of World Ocean Day, and awareness is often what turns private concern into public actions. That's why the sustainability side is doing this initiative on this World Ocean Day. Before throwing something away, ask yourself, am I throwing this away or am I simply sending it somewhere else? When I was growing up in the near Kanyakumari, I would say, and especially when I was living in Chennai, the ocean felt endless. I love being there, going there, but today, after years of studying sustainability and marine pollution, I see it very differently. not as an endless, but as an essential. The ocean doesn't need us to save it. The ocean has survived for billions of years. The real question is whether we can learn to live differently before the consequences reach us all. Because every piece of plastic has a story, every purchase has a footprint, every action creates a ripple. And perhaps the future of our ocean won't be determined by what matters at the shoreline, but by what happens in our homes, our offices, our schools, and our cities. No matter where we live, even in the middle of the desert, it doesn't matter. So, thank you so much for joining with me on the sustainability side. This is just not a conversation about pollution, it is a conversation about responsibility, system, and the power of daily action. And perhaps that is where real sustainability begins. Once again, I wish you a happy World Ocean Day. And remember, ocean is never as far as we think. So stay tuned, curious, safe, and aware only with the sustainability side.
Feel the joy, let's unite on the sustainability side. Making waves, shining light. From city streets to the open skies.